So in regards to commercial generative AI, do you think you can tell by ear if something is AI generated?
Interesting. Yeah, I think I can. For me, the lyrics usually are the big tell, and in the company's marketing and the way that a lot of people say is like, the lyrics are the human element, and then the model will generate music around the lyrics. And to me, that's really the indicator. Professional lyricists have a craft that they have honed for many, many years. And I can really tell because usually the scansion, the rhythm of the words doesn't quite feel right. It doesn't feel right to listen to sing along to, because quite frankly, these aren't being designed to sing along to. You're just listening to them. But, I have enormous respect for lyricists and how they're able to craft the rhythm of the word in a given language like English towards the melody and the arc of the melody. When we speak with a kind of rhythm, and we speak with a kind of cadence and melody unto itself with our speaking words. And that you really have to be sensitive to if you're writing lyrics and matching the rhythm and the arc of the melody. And so what I found is I think the lyrics are the big tell. Also, the vocal quality sometimes has a really weird auto-tuning effect, but it's not even auto-tune. It's its own artificial thing. It really is most evident for me in genres which are not popular genres, like jazz, my thing. It's so obvious when it's artificially generated jazz, to me anyway, or classical music, for example. It's nowhere near being able to do it. But on popular music and pop songs, it often is, honestly, it sounds kind of like other popular music, other human-made popular music. It gets like 95% there most of the time. So I understand why people might be might be fooled by it, quite frankly. Do you have any tells for you, like in terms of how you can tell?
I think so. And I think
Okay.
for me, it's about like the top lines and the melodies.
Okay.
I think that personally, like, music comes from the soul, and it's something that feels really good to do. Like when I'm playing drums and I'm going to improvise a drum fill, there's a certain element of like, this is coming from a body. This is how this should sound. This is what feels good. If I'm going to sing on a beat or anything like that, the melodies I'm coming up with they're going to come from an inspired place, like from the soul, and they're going to feel good to sing. And I think that it's really hard to measure like this feel thing that we're talking about. But when I hear certain songs, commercial pop songs that I might have a feeling are AI generated, I think it comes down to the feel, and it comes down to, if I was going to try to sing this, does it feel natural? Does it feel good to do that range of notes or that run?
Yeah, and I agree for sure. Like when I've learned Suno bass lines or learned things like that, sometimes there's stuff in them that they're not quite, they don't lay on the hands in the right way. Or, sometimes they do, because they're training on recorded bass lines that sounded and felt awesome. But it always is this weird regression to the mean, where it's like approximating what it would be like to play or hear something. And I think it's always important for musicians to write music that's not only fun to listen to, but fun to play and sing. And it's a hard thing to understand unless you actually do it with an instrument in your hand. And yeah, I think that's a great point, though, in terms of stuff that is a tell, in terms of can you understand or can you tell if it's AI generated? Yeah.
Have you ever tried to jam along with an AI platform or seen videos of people doing that?
Yeah, I mean, I certainly did, or like I always will try out the platforms. I will always try out. It's not particularly inspiring. I'd rather play along to great famous recordings. Like the thing, I always do this. My bass warm up when I'm just like warming up my hands and stuff is to play. Stevie Wonder has a great tune called "Do I Do," and it's a 10-minute long jam. It just goes on forever. And so I just play that, and I love that song, and I love playing along to that song, and I've been doing that for like 5 or 6 years, just to warm up, hands up. I just play along to Stevie Wonder's "Do I Do," and I cannot imagine going to Suno to try and generate something that's as good or feels as good to jam along to. It might come along. I have not had that experience.